Ladies and gentlemen, it is your host, Andre Norman, and as always, I'm calling you from home base, the bunker. I'm saying none other than the home of the dynasty, New England Patriots, home field. This is for me phenomenal. I'm glad that you're here, right? I'm glad that I'm here because this is like an unheard of thing for me. Like this podcast is being filmed inside of Gillette Stadium, inside of their studio. I'm a welcome guest. They gave me this shirt. I've been giving a tour, man. I've met a lot of the staff, man. I met Mr. Kraft the last time I was here. I can't even give a speech. He came down from his office, wherever that is, just to acknowledge me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, that's the Patriot way. So to be here is phenomenal, man. To have you here as a representative of not just the Patriots, man, but of you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We all know about the Patriots. Yeah. It's the greatest football dynasty, you know what I'm saying, since the invention of football. Yeah. Pittsburgh Steelers can kind of lay claim because they got 6. Yeah. But they didn't get it with one squad. Yeah, that's it. They spread it out.
Nah, you got to.
It counts, but it's not the same.
Nah, it's an honor to be here with you, honestly.
So where are you from originally?
Carrollton, Georgia. Country boy, man. Outside of Atlanta, about an hour outside the city. So, man, country boy. That's how I grew up. So,
I live in Georgia now. Yeah, I'm in College Park.
Oh, yeah. So I got family in College Park. Yeah. I got family in College Park.
So for those who don't know, because everybody's not a Patriot. There's no such thing as not a Patriot fan. Yeah. I got a lot of people in the penitentiary who are going to be watching this as well. How do you pronounce your whole name? Is it Jonathan?
Jonathan Jones.
Jonathan Jones. JJ. They call you JJ?
JJ. That's it. Mama read the Bible, got it straight out the Bible. Jonathan Isaiah. That's it. Yeah.
Did she drag you to church?
Yeah, every day.
Did she drag you? When did you stop being dragged and you started wanting to go?
I would say like teenage, getting to more to college, to where it was on my own. You know what I mean? Growing up, it was just what you did. I feel like I was in church more than I was in school. At some point,
Wednesday night, Thursday night,
choir practice, everything. I felt like, we were always in church. So that was a good thing for me.
What church you go to?
Soul Restoration. It's a small church in Carrollton. Yeah.
Pastor?
That's it. Yeah, pastor.
Give your pastor a shout out.
Pastor was Joanne Stevens, man. She was a great pastor.
She held it down for you.
Held it down.
Greatest lesson that you got coming out of that church? If you can just pick one.
Oh, greatest lesson. I think it's just that commitment to something, and just a general theme. Any religion is a commitment, and just when you have a dedication and commitment to something, you can take it far. You can go far in life.
Okay, that's phenomenal. You was in high school.
Yeah.
You ran track. Was that before football or with football?
Nah, so actually I started playing football at 4. I think I started running track around 7 or 8. So yeah. A little bit after, so I did both of those, from Little League all the way through.
So, fastest young man in the country.
Yeah. So yeah.
Is that like a national tournament, or is it just they just check the times?
Yeah. No. So USA track and field, they do a youth for under 18, so they have their national meet, every year. That was kind of my exposure to like life outside of Carrollton. I was able to travel. We go to different meets in different states and different cities. And for me, that was my exposure outside of the small town. So those track meets, we would go up the East Coast. They would have a national meet, every year.
Penn relays?
I went to Penn relays once. Got to go to Penn relays, Texas relays, as I got older in high school. So yeah.
And you run and you get this time.
Yeah.
What was it? The 100?
110 hurdles. Yeah, I was a hurdler.
110 hurdles, fastest in the country.
Fastest in the country.
And when you came across the line, did you do your same boat thing? Like,
nah. They, I'm not really in the showboating that much, but man, it's just that man hard work.
Hold on. When I said you was the fastest guy in the state, you was like, let me get that.
No. I
you what you just do.
I'm on my that's it.
Put the respect on your
name. That's it. But
100%.
It's I always like to get the time to talk about everybody else. You know what I mean? My family, everybody around me, because it's like I'm just a vessel to my extent. It's everybody else that was around me to motivate me, that added into my life. So it's always any moment I get to talk about everybody else that makes it easy.
Has your record been broken yet?
Nah, I didn't have the record. I didn't get the national record. I just won nationals.
Oh, that year. You was just the fastest guy that year.
Yeah.
But where do you rank in the
history
list?
Ooh, I don't know, man. It's been some greats. Like Terrence Trammell, some of those guys that
Carl Lewis. I'm old school.
Yeah. Jonathan Allen now, he plays for the Eagles. He's a hurdler, man. It's been a lot of guys, to come out and put down some good times.
Got you. So you go through high school, you going to church, small town.
Yeah.
Would you Auburn? Bo Jackson.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Auburn University. Best choice of my life. Best choice.
Why
of my
Auburn?
Life. Honestly, I knew I wanted to stay in the South. I didn't want to go too far from home, but it was far enough to where I could kind of get my own experience. But then be able to travel back home.
2.5 hours ain't bad.
Nah, right there. It's right there. You know
It's
what I mean?
2.5 hours.
It's right there. So just to be able to come back home, see the family, and still have that connection, it was big for me.
This is a me question. Was Bo Jackson big on campus even though he wasn't there?
Yeah, I mean, he's a legend. I mean, anytime he comes back, the campus shuts down. Like,
He comes on campus?
Yeah, he'll come back. He comes back a lot. Yeah.
You got a chance to meet Bo Jackson?
Yeah, a lot.
I remember he did the 30 for 30. He was like, Bear Bryant called that phone. I watch anything Bo Jackson.
Man, he's one of them.
He's one of them.
Yeah, completely.
So you got the Auburn, and how'd it go for you?
It went good. Like everything else, just ups and downs. Got an injury or two. All SEC, 2 years. Good career. Good schooling. Graduated. Got my degree in business. So just good time. Good 4 years.
So you sitting home on draft day?
Yeah.
Tell me about draft day.
Man, draft day.
Come on, tell me about draft day for the best hurler in the country.
Man, draft day for me, looking back on it, it was one of the best things that happened to me, but, I went undrafted. So.
No, tell me about draft day, not looking back.
Draft day? Oh, man, I'm going to get to it. So I was expected to go, third, fourth round, somewhere in there. So about that third day, it's Saturday, having a little cookout. I got grandmas, aunties, how we doing the South. I got everybody there. And then, I didn't go drafted. I didn't get drafted. To me, that was like one of the toughest days in my life, just for the extent of like, if I call you up for something, like I got to deliver. You know what I mean? And so having everybody there to wait for me to get drafted, and it didn't happen.
Oh, you got a house full of people.
Everybody. We had the cookout. We had,
we had
the
yard full of people.
Yeah. We got everybody out there. And so just to have, everybody have these expectations of you, like, oh man, we waiting to hear your name called.
Fuck, you let them down.
Yeah, that hit hard. You know what I mean?
So did you cry? Did you just go back? At the end of the day, they're like,
oh, yeah,
okay, nephew?
Nah, it hurt. Man, I hugged my mama, and I cried. But Coach Belichick, he gave me a call. He was like, if you come here, I'll give you an opportunity. And I was like, all right, like that's the principles I'm raised off of.
Draft goes through.
Yeah.
They don't call your name.
Yeah.
Then the greatest coach on planet calls you.
Yeah.
And said, he called you or somebody else called you?
No, he called me. I talked to
He called you and said, Mr. Jonathan.
Yeah.
It's Coach Belichick.
Coach Belichick.
What do you say then? You're like, feeling better?
But yeah, not really, because it's like, you don't know what that looks like. You coming out of college, undrafted, it's like those aren't the guys to make it. It's not that way. So, once it goes off, I got a long road ahead of me. And you know that. But once I got that call, it was just, the words that he said,
What did he say?
I'm going to give you an opportunity.
And that's all you needed?
That's all and that's all he said. And, I was raised that. My dad was just adamant on that. I was raised by those simple principles. All you can ask for is opportunity, and what you do with it is up to you. And so when I heard that, it's a go. It's a go. I didn't want to come to New England. From a Georgia boy, it's like that's all the way up there.
Man, listen, all of Georgia Bulldogs is in Philly right now.
Yeah, that's it.
The whole South is up here.
All of them.
Welcome to the Northeast.
Man, good to be here. No, I've enjoyed it. I've embraced it.
So when he called you, you came up.
Yeah.
Undrafted rookie.
Undrafted.
And who else was on this? You had to come out here and work for it.
Had to work.
What was the mindset that you used when you walked onto the field that first time?
Man, I think for me, it was like a realization that Superman don't exist. You know what I mean? Your whole life, I'm one of the smallest guys. You see me, you're not like, oh my God, that's a football player. And so you get out there on the field, and I didn't go undrafted. Well, it must be Superman here. You know what I mean? They must have Superman for a reason why I didn't go undrafted.
They left me. There must be some.
So.
Well, Tom Brady did play here.
Yeah, that's Superman.
So you walked.
But yeah, no. So it was just generally like that affirmation of like, nah, I belong here. And you go through reps, and you go into reps, and you're like, no, I belong here.
I can compete.
So
you was doubting yourself when you didn't go drafted.
Yeah, because it's what am I? It's like, what is it that I lack? You know what I mean? Because it's a self-analysis of what do I lack? Where am I insufficient at? What did they not like about me? You know what I mean? And so when you get out there on the field and you start to look, okay, you watch this guy do his rep, you go, oh, I can do that. It's just that affirmation of, lining up play after play. And then eventually you like, hey, I belong here. And I never really told anybody this. So the day of cuts, right? So we got the cuts, and I go out, like I rent a little canoe, and I'm out on the Charles. I'm like, they call me, I'm just sit out here. Like I'm out. If they call me,
I'm not doing a picnic. I'm not doing a picnic this time. I'm be by myself. You had your phone though.
By myself. Got my phone. I'm out there by myself, and it's like, I think the deadline's like 4 o'clock. It's like 4 o'clock, and I'm checking my phone. It's like 3:50. It's like 3:55. And keep checking it. Like,
Oh, if they don't call you, you're
you
good.
make the team. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So you just sitting up there.
You don't want your phone to
Yeah,
ring.
you don't want it to ring. So I'm watching. It's like 3:50. It's 3:55. I'm waiting. And then it's 4 o'clock. 4:01. One of my best friends, he called me. He said, "Hey, bro, they call you?" I said, "No." I hung up on him. Like, they might call.
Stop trying to get him to call
so,
me.
No, they never call. And the next day you just report
Show
back in,
back up.
show back up. That was it. And every day after that, you just earning it. Every day. So I don't know, not earn it. You know what I mean? So I've been.
So
8
you
years.
as a kid, they used to have a boat program where we could sail the Charles River as poor black kids or poor kids for $10.
Yeah.
I think it was $10. My mother signed me up, and I used to go sailboating on the Charles River.
Yeah, I see them out there. Yeah, so that was kind of my little thing. I was like, it's cut day, and I kind of got away to myself, and I was like, if they call me, I figured out from there.
You're just gonna paddle home.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my time back to Gillette.
You can just paddle out to the land, go straight down the coast.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my time, but yeah, that was it.
So what did you say to coach when you saw him after you made cut day?
Nothing. It was just, I'm here,
It's business.
Yeah, stay out the way. Make sure he don't see you. I'm kind of sneaking through the building like, did he not mean to call? Was I supposed to get
Let me
cut?
not remind him that I'm here.
Was I supposed to get cut? But nah, just show up every day and work.
So how was it walking it? There's a few buildings.
Yeah.
There's a 49ers building.
Yeah.
They got 4.
Yeah.
There's Pittsburgh. They got 6. You know what I'm saying? There's Green Bay is just historic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then there's here. Yeah. Walking into this building. And the difference between those and these is this culture still exists. These are still the same people.
Yeah.
The people who ran when Joe Montana is gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The New Rock, the old school Green Bay, the what was it, the frozen tundra?
Yeah.
They gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I grew up on Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah.
He in the booth.
Yeah.
But when you walk in this building,
Yeah.
the people who built this dynasty are still here.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you deal with that?
Man, you learn it, you soak it in, just trying to be a learner, and see what that looks like, see what greatness look like. Like you mentioned Tom being here, just seeing his humility as a person, to speak to everybody, and just build on how things are operated. You sit back and you try to take it all in, because like you said, you understand that it's one of those places that success isn't, especially football at this level, it isn't just X's and O's, it's an organizational structure, and just being a part of that is, you know what I mean?
So in the structure, young leader. So what is your ascension in leadership looking like?
Man, Devin just retired. Devin was my guy. I'm going into year 8. He was around that year, when I got in here. So just, step up and fill those roles. I never be Devin. I never try to be Devin, but just to show guys the example, my way, be an example for guys that, do things the right way and the best way you can. That's my take on that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're in the right place, man. Yeah. It keeps going and growing.
Yeah.
I'm saying when the ground is good, it always produces good stuff.
That's it.
I'm saying the soil here is good.
Yeah.
So you're definitely in a good spot. Nothing against nobody else.
No.
But we definitely got like that. Not that red clay.
Yeah.
We got some good stuff up here, though.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but off the field, you're in my hood, because I'm born and raised in Boston.
Yeah.
So I hear about the work that you're doing in the city. Yeah. Tell me about your foundation. Next Step.
Next Step Foundation. It was important to me. I started 2019. The first thing I did, is like what most guys do is a football camp. But I always want to do more than that, and I feel like I'm a product of people's investment of their time and their money. Growing up, through the track program, it was people who donate, to make those track trips possible. We wasn't, going out to Cali and all these places, without donations and without help. So then fast forward to get in the position I'm in now, it's like I got to use that to give back, you know what I mean? Because there's another little Jonathan Jones out there that somebody got to help fund his track program so that he can go and experience life outside of where he's from.
So what does the foundation fund?
So many things. So our main objective is education. I'm a big component of that. I got that from my mother. She didn't care if I played football, basketball. She never cared. She made sure that I got my education, turned in all my homework, did all those things. So education for me is what I sponsor. And, is what I advocate for. Is just big on education.
Building a STEM cell class. You're building STEM in a school in the city. How's that?
Man, it's for the future. And I feel like a lot of times we have problems, especially in our communities or just any community. You have a problem, and we try to look at the past, you know what I mean, or try to look where we at. And it's like the only way to catch up is to look forward. And I look at, okay, what's coming next? Well, it's technology, it's coding, it's all of those things. And so, if you can teach those kids young, by the time they get, the next 15, 20 years. You reach a
ahead of the
6-year-old
curve.
now, you're ahead of the curve. You know what I'm saying? You already know what you need to know. So that's important to me, you know, not understanding and being in these spaces of like, you know, technology is the future. We all know that. So if I can teach you that when you're young, it's like I'm teaching you English. You know what I mean? I'm teaching you the
teach them how to fish.
Yeah, I'm teaching you to the essentials. You know, to me, I look at it as an essential to learn how to code, to know those things. That's essential. You know what I mean? And in the world that these kids are gonna be living in, if you don't know that, you just like you not knowing how to read and write. You know.
The other part is a lot of people who watch football, just across the board, they a little bit past the AI stuff. And, they're still trying to figure out how to use Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm saying, so what are you going, as a young man, you have people who watch you every Sunday who was old enough to be your grandfather. What's your message for them?
Never stop learning. Never stop learning. You know, I'm on my parents all the time because it's like the roles are kind of reversed. You know, they was on me growing up, and I'm like, hey, you 50, but you can still learn. You can still like set another challenge for yourself. Like, don't accept where you are and never stop learning. Like, I don't care if you 50, you 60. Like,
you coming back at mom's now?
Yeah.
How's that?
She loves it. You know, my mom told me, she's very biblical, and she told me, you know, she said, you're a leader. She told me that as a young age. And she said, I was in college, and she said, I knew you was a leader. I just never knew you'd be leading me. And just in ways, you take it, it's a baton, it's a relay. You know what I mean?
I get that, but how is it when you? I got the baton. How is it when they gave you the baton and you got to lead mom now?
Yeah, it's a gray area. You know what I mean? Because you grow up in the South, it's still respect. I'm always come with respect, but it's like, mom, this one area is something you don't know. You know, and you got to trust in me that I went off and learned this. I took those tools you gave me to take it a little bit further, and it takes a little bit of humility on both sides of her saying, you know what, you're right. You know, those, you know, I did do all that, just for you to learn. And so yeah, it's a little back and forth.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? Pop's all right?
Yeah. That's pride and ego. You know what I mean? Me and Dad, we bump heads. And my dad was my biggest hero, like growing up. You know what I mean? I never saw my dad call a guy for nothing. You know what I mean? So it was like standards of, if the AC was broke, my dad fixed it. If a car was broke, my dad fixed it. He dropped transmissions, engines, everything. Like, he never called a guy. So that was high standards for me to fulfill. You know what I mean?
So now, Play Like a Girl program. Talk about it.
Yeah. Oh man, that's once again for the future. My daughter, I have a daughter, Skylar. She's 7, and just seeing she's heavy into sports, STEM, and learning. And just seeing, you know, right now the progression of women in sports and the things that, you know, they want to do and level those playing fields. And me having a daughter, it's hard for me to ignore that, you know, and then not to be a part of that movement. So having the opportunity to be the first male ambassador for Play Like a Girl, it was heavy responsibility, you know what I mean? I talked to Robin and I asked her, you know, well, what can I say to women? I'm not a woman, you know what I mean? But she was like, we need you as an ally. You know, we need someone saying that what we are asking for, we just need you to advocate for us. And so I took that to heart, and it was something that, you know, that I pushed for.
So how's your daughter feel when she sees Dad with the ambassador for Play Like a Girl?
Her eyes light up, you know, when she's on the sideline and she gets to, I did to her for the Play Like a, for the cause, my my cleats, that sponsored Play Like a Girl. And just to see her eyes light up, you know what I mean? It looked like me what Jonathan Jones' eyes looked like when he was 7 and 8 and got to be in different environments.
I got a saying that I go out and speak a lot of corporations and around the world, rich people, people who own companies, whatever. I got a saying because I go in a room and they want us to be politically correct. Yeah. Let's go help the kids on the other side of town who are struggling, who don't have, who are struggling, all that type of stuff. Yeah. And I tell them, before you help them, /us, don't jump over your own to come save us because your kids count too. Yeah. And Play Like a Girl is 100% legitimate because your daughter counts too. Yeah. And you should be there first, second, and third, and then the rest of the world comes after that.
Yeah. I mean, that goes just into my investing strategy. If someone asks me to invest in something or do something, if it don't affect me and I'm not into it, I won't do it. You know what I mean? If it's not directly tied to me, you know, I won't do it.
So, you told me that you like to be in the room where you're new. Yeah. Like, don't look. If we're all over there, I want to go try this. Yeah. I want to try something new. Yeah. So, what made you want to fly a plane?
It was different, you know. Honestly,
there's a lot of different stuff. I was cool with the canoe thing.
Yeah.
I didn't say nothing about the canoe thing. I went to summer camp once.
Okay. I'm country. Like I said, I'm country, man. I grew up 4-wheelers, dirt bikes, jet skis.
Ain't no plane. I'd say plane.
So I got to boating. I got into that, boating and jet skis. And then so the last thing was like, what else can I maneuver? Like, what other machines can I maneuver? And it was flying a plane. Flying a plane.
So how did that, you just said I want to take flight lessons?
I looked up a local flight school, took my discovery flight, and I was like, this is something. And once I got out of the discovery flight, you know, they take you up, they let you get the controls. Anybody should book a discovery flight if you're interested, you know what I mean, in being a pilot. But and as soon as I grabbed the controls, I was like, this is me. It was just my element. I felt like I was riding a motorcycle, a jet ski, a four-wheelers. It was
like new space.
Yeah. It tapped into something I didn't know it existed. You know?
So how many hours you have to go to be a pilot?
The minimum is 40. So you got to do 40 hours. Yeah, minimum is 40. Most
Hold
people.
Hold on, 40?
40.
It sounds like you need a lot more than 40 to be flying around. Come on, 40.
Yeah, minimum is 40.
I want to hear like 500 or something.
Nah, minimum is 40. Most people do it around 60. 60 hours flying is a lot. You don't realize it, but then there's a lot of like knowledge on your own, like just reading.
I fly for a living in the back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I sit in I'm Delta 360, but I don't.
You don't wanna be in the
it's
front.
2 hours here, 2 hours here. I can hit 40 hours in a week.
Quick. Yeah.
So
40. You gotta. I think most of the guys who do it in 40, they grew up around it. You know, they grew up in that space of like, you know, they watched their dad fly planes and they've just been around it, and so they start at a young age. You know, they start 16.
When you show up, the black guy wants to fly a plane.
Yeah.
Like, you walk in the room, they're like, "What do you like?" Again, you don't look like a football player.
Yeah.
And you don't look like a pilot
At all.
It's always nice to me when I'm getting off the plane and the pilot's black or the pilot's a woman.
Definitely.
I expect him to be a white guy.
Yeah.
But when I see a black person or a woman, it's just like, it's like hope.
Yeah.
It's like encouragement. Even though I don't want to be a pilot,
it's
like low-key encouragement to see somebody other than the traditional person sitting there.
Yeah, it's representation. It's like, oh, that looks like me. You know what I mean? And that's kind of another reason why I try to step into spaces, because when you see it, I believe everything is tangible. You know, it's attainable once you see it. You know what I mean? That's the easiest way to do is to do something you've seen somebody else do. And so you like you said, I get off the plane. Okay, there's a black pilot right there. I'm like, oh man, that looks like me. I can do that.
Right.
You know? And so that's essential.
What are you flying? What kind of planes?
Sirius, SR-20. I've been in the Cessna 172. So between those two, you know, that's why I fly.
Are you moving up to the jets?
Turboprop. That's the next stage for me. It's kind of a faster single engine. So that's the next step.
Now I watch rap videos, so I be seeing like the G6s and the G7s. You not those there?
Not yet.
That's
not
another
yet.
level?
Another level. At some point, a couple years, that's the goal. You know, I'm the type of person, once I get into something, I'm into it. And so, yeah, there's no limit to how far, you know, I'll take it.
How long you gonna play for?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know, man. I take it year by year. You know, I would like to do 13. Devin did 13. You know, it's him being my vet. That'd be something, you know, that's a goal to look forward to.
Super Bowls? Talk to me about them.
Yeah.
What do you want to share? What lessons did you get from the Super Bowls?
The typical lessons you learn from everything. Just that dedication, that hard work, the ups and downs. You know, it's been years that when we did win the Super Bowl, halfway through the year, it was like, it felt like we sucked. You know what I mean? And it was years that, you know, we don't win the Super Bowl, and halfway through the year, we like, we the best team, you know, we the best team. We the best team out here.
We out here.
And we didn't win the Super Bowl. You know, so you understand that you can't get too high and you can't get too low. It's an even kill. It's a long race. It's a long race to the end of the year.
Marathon, not a sprint.
That's it.
So how's the expectations in this building? Is it make you want to go harder?
Man, it's every day. It's the same thing. It's consistency. You know, there's a couple of rules in the building. You know what I mean? That's just.
Are you allowed to tell us the rules? If it's a secret, we ain't trying to get coach down here.
I think they out there.
We don't listen. We don't want to get the coach down.
They're the simple rules. You know, just show up and work. You know, and that's about as simple as it gets. Is show up and
what happened to do your job?
That's it. That's it. Do your job. Don't do more. Don't do less.
Just do your job.
That's it.
If everybody does their job, we win.
Yeah, we got an opportunity. I won't say we will when we got an opportunity.
That's just how I go.
We
got coach.
We got an opportunity.
If you do coach's way, we win.
That's it.
That's what I believe.
Yeah. Don't color outside the lines.
I never could. I could never color inside the lines. That's why I didn't play football. I'm saying that was probably when I was a kid. My father took me to a football field, and I thought I was gonna get to play Pop Warner football. Yeah. He went to go pick up some money from a friend. I'm like, I'm going to play football. I'm like, damn.
Got your hopes up.
And he was like, nah. We were talking about football, and he drove off, and we went to where we went to. I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Fast forward, I got a son. Football. the Raiders were the #1 team, Roxbury Raiders. So I take my son to play for the Roxbury Raiders. Yeah. We pull up. He gets out of the car. He goes over to practice, tryouts or whatever. He's over there to tryouts, and I'm sitting in the car.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the same parking lot that me and my dad sat in.
Yeah.
And that's the same field. And I realized the distance from that field to the house I lived in at the time was like 10 blocks.
Yeah.
I'm like, and the coaches are doing everything. Yeah. A lot of people dropped their kids off and left. I stayed. I'm one of them types. I stayed. Yeah. I'm like, that's all he had to do was drop me off?
Yeah.
And they took care of the rest?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was so disgusted. When my son got back in the car, he had a great time. I don't care. Let's go. Boom. I ended up signing up I had to go to another football team. Yeah. I could not go to that parking lot and sit there every day. Yeah. Because it was just too much traumatic for me. Yeah. And we played for another football team, and the Eagles. And his first play, he did a sweep, and he took off running. He was running as fast as he could. He was a quarterback. Yeah. Helmet got too heavy, and he fell over. Next play, they run a sweep. He goes into the end zone, but they tackle him. Yeah. And he's crying. I'm like, what you crying? They hit me. I'm like, bro, this is football. Yeah. Son, it's okay. Yeah. And he played for one season. They won their, I think it was the F squad. They won the championship for the F squad, and we were all football.
Yeah, that's
it. Saying?
That's it. Nah, it's a separator real quick. You know, the angle tackling. That was the drill back in the day.
They pushed each other. No, he played at a level where they pushed each other over. Yeah. There was no real tackle.
Okay.
They were like 5
or 6, yeah.
You push him over. I can tell you, his first tackle was his helmet. His helmet took him down.
Helmet got him. Dang, that's young.
Since you've been here, do you do the meet at the 50 prayer after the game?
Not much. I was always, honestly, I got out of here. You know, when I first got here undrafted, you know, my family wasn't here. It was a new space for me. I never been that far. And I've been playing football since I was 4. It was the first time that I looked up, you know, after the game, and I didn't have family there. It wasn't nobody. Mama and them's not here. Grandmama and them, not auntie and them not here. And that post game, like, lack of having family here for a little minute, I was just like, I'm ready to leave. You know, I'm ready to leave. So that was, you know, that was just me, just getting out of here. The game's over with. Out. Yeah. Let me get back home.
So you married now?
Yeah, getting there. Not yet.
Okay, do I need to do counseling? No.
Yeah, let me getting there.
You got the little one?
Yeah.
So y'all good?
We good.
Everything's phenomenal?
Everything's great. Yeah, got a great woman. That
makes
life easy.
Super easy. Listen, it's the foundation of the world.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? When Adam showed up, he was like chilling by himself out in the raft, cycling the field. And then God gave him a mate. Yeah. He said, you shouldn't be by yourself. Yeah. They were never, I don't think they were technically married, but they got to hang out.
That's it. Ain't meant to be alone.
Nah, it wasn't meant to be alone.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So you're not alone.
Not alone.
You know what I'm saying? So you got good help, good support?
Good help and support.
We got these folks that are watching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They sitting home and they going through stuff.
Yeah.
And football is a refuge for them. And I want it to be more than just tackling or touchdowns. Yeah. So how are we going to help them through without tackling the touchdown? Football doesn't start for another 3-4 months. Yeah. So what can you do to get them through to the next to September kicks in? They need you to encourage them.
Encourage them, like off the field,
right now.
To do with football or just.
I didn't need you to encourage the people watching us, bro.
Man, it's
they send them grandma lessons.
Oh man, day by day. Start every day fresh. Start every day, and forgive yourself. I think that's the biggest space.
Forgive yourself. Explain that.
It starts with grace. You know, life is grace. It's forgiving, you know, other people for things they've done, but the biggest place, it always starts with yourself. So you got to forgive yourself for the things you did or you didn't do, you know, that didn't work out, and forgive yourself for yesterday and move on to today.
Got you. Yeah. So if your dad was sitting in his chair, Mr. Fix It, what would you say to him?
Man, I appreciate you. I appreciate every lesson, every day, you know, everything you did, you know, every mistake you did make, you know, I appreciate those too, because that was guidance for me.
Got you. And moms?
Keep being you. That was the glue of the family. And I can't say.
Is that her smile?
That's it, man. That's it, man. She's, a wonderful woman. It makes it hard for me when I was dating to find someone just because the standard that my mother set. You know, and it was like, that's just what I'm used to. You know, I'm used to Superwoman. I'm used to somebody making a way out of no way. You know what I mean? I come from that. So
you found a Superwoman?
I found that. I found that.
She from Boston?
Yeah, she is. She's actually from Brazil, but she's from Framingham. So
Okay, yeah. That's what I'm saying. You had to come. Listen, dynasty maker right here. Your family's a New England dynasty.
Man, I'm forever locked into Boston.
You locked in. We got you.
Yes, sir.
I'm saying, so I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
I'm saying, before we go, let me see one of my books, please. This is a book I wrote while I was in prison. And I started it because I went to prison because I didn't listen and I couldn't find any people to listen to. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up going to prison while I was in there. The craziest thing, it's the worst thing that makes the best thing. So I read a bunch of books. And they didn't do anything for me. I just read them. They were good books. Then I read a book from an author that I didn't like. I was so mad about what he wrote. I thought he represented us, and he didn't represent me. I was screaming, yo, who's this dude? How he write about prisoners? He's a lame, and da-da-da. So I wrote it made me write my book. All the other books I read, none of them made me write a book. I read a book I didn't like, and it prompted me to pick up my pen.
That's it.
So I want you to have a copy of it.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? And listen, anytime you have a foundation event or anything you need, man, just holler at your boy, man. I'll pull up.
Will do.
And the folks here, man, how can they support your cause, man? People want to know how they can be helpful.
Yeah, Next Step Foundation, .org, and just tap in. I'm connected to all the villages that help raise me, whether it's back home in Carrollton, Auburn, here in Boston.
Gotcha. So when we got Patriots fans that go beyond that.
Yeah.
No, we global with this now.
Okay.
We got games in Germany now.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? This is a global sport now.
Yeah.
This about to I don't know if it can take over the other football, but I'm saying American football is still going to rule.
Yeah.
But please, Next Step Foundation, man, holler at this great young man, the next young and up-and-coming leader. Yeah. Are you ready? I mean, we need more leaders on the Patriots, man. It seems like you well-suited.
We'll see. It's about that time.
You go in and talk to coach, or they call you? How does that work?
Nah, I don't think those are the leaders. You know what I mean? I think sometimes, especially in football, the leaders are in the locker room. It might not be who they have the C on their chest or the captain, but it's the guy that everybody go to talk to. It's the guy that everybody, when they got problems at home, like who they come to and talk to.
Are you that guy?
Football, yeah, for a lot of the younger guys. They come in, hey, man, I got this going on. I got, and that's where you the leader. Because if I trust you with, the things I got going outside of here, I trust you on 4th and 10. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you help me out, with any situation.
In my life.
I had. Yeah.
So you helping them with their life.
Yeah, because
football get easy.
Yeah, the guys did that for me. Devin, Patrick, those guys, they brought me in.
Who you want to give a shout out to before we go, man?
Man, I couldn't do that because I leave somebody out, man. Shout out to my entire village, anybody that's ever done anything for me in any way, shape, or form.
We're playing like a girl, man. Get a daughter. You gotta come on, Skylar, right?
Oh yeah, baby girl.
Come on,
baby girl, man.
You gotta do better than that.
Yeah, baby girl. She gonna watch it. She tap in. Baby girl's watching, man. I'm excited to watch her grow and see who she becomes, and there's potential. There's so much potential there. So you just to sit.
You
back
growing
and
a superwoman?
What's that?
Are you growing a superwoman?
It's potential. It's potential.
That's the goal.
That's on her. You know what I mean? That's what I like about parenting. It's just that. I mean, I can lay the foundation for you, but where you take it, that's your responsibility. Like that's your journey, and I just gotta sit back and watch you.
I ain't learned that lesson yet. I'm looking. my son wish I would take that stance. I'm like, nah, dude. When my son was little, before first time I talked, I'm like, I said, where you go to school? I was like, I don't know. I said, you want some candy? He said, yeah. I said, say you go to Shady Hill. He says, okay, I go to Shady Hill, give him a piece of candy. I said, where you going to school after that? He says, I don't know. I said, say you're gonna go to Andover. He says, Shady Hill, Andover. I give him some candy. I say, where you going after that? He says, I don't know. I said, say you're going to Harvard. Shady Hill, Andover, Harvard. Give him some candy. I said, what you going to do when you get there? He says, you tell me. I said, business degree, law degree.
Yes, sir.
So that was our thing. Shady Hill, Andover, Harvard, business degree, law degree, get a piece of candy. And I do it to him all the time at the house. I'll be on the road. I'll call home. Tell me the drill. I owe you some candy. He's been saying it since he could speak. He went to Shady Hill. Then we moved to Africa, and we moved to London. But he's on track now. He can go to Ivy League if he wants to. He's probably going to go to NYC. I don't know why. I'm saying.
That's it. It's a long journey.
He switched up. I remember he came to me. He was like, he went to his mom. Was like, Mom, I want to do engineering, but Dad got me on this business degree, law degree thing. So we had a family meeting at the table. And he was like, Dad, I need to talk to him. I'm like, I know what it is. Cause I'm like, what? I came real hard at him. He's like, what? I want engineering. Engineering? Who? What? What are you talking about? Engineering?
That ain't the plan.
That ain't the plan. I said, you want to do engineering? He was like, kinda. It's kinda don't get it around here. And I made him stand on it. And he finally said, I want to do engineering. I don't want to do one of the other two, but I got to do engineering. Yeah. I said, okay, you have to do these 10 things, and I'll agree. And he says, okay. He threw his hand out at me real quick, shook my hand. He was like, and that was his first win.
Yeah, but that's the lessons.
That was his first win.
I like that. That's the lesson.
Now he's going to school for engineering.
Yeah. Hey, you still won in the end.
Oh, listen.
That's a win.
I told him when he got older.
Yeah.
Because he's been saying it since forever. You have to have a destination. Yeah. So I don't care where you go. I don't care what you study. Just have a goal. Yeah. And for the people watching this thing, I don't care where you from. Actually, I don't care who your team is. Just have a goal.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? We just want people to win.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Be better tomorrow than you are today.
Be better tomorrow than you are today. And if you do that, you too can be the fastest man in the country running the 110 hurdles.
That's it. That's it.
So what's your plans for the summer, man?
Plans for the summer, keep flying. I'm working on my instrument rating, so that's a big part of it. The foundation, family, and that's about it. Get ready for football.
Your cleats, what's going on this year?
Oh, haven't locked that in yet, but we'll see. You know, I haven't locked that in yet.
So, ladies and gentlemen, reach out.
Yeah.
If you have a cause, this man supports causes, man. He's open-hearted. I'm saying he is what he is. He's a great man. So. He's open to listening. I can't guarantee anything, but he'll definitely listen to you.
I hear you out.
He'll hear you out. You know what I'm saying? You learn how to fix the air conditioner?
Oh, yeah, man.
You can drop a transmission?
I had to do it. I had to do it all. So, like, that was our battles, me and my dad. Like, he would be like, man, hey, man, I got to drop this transmission. Help. I'm like, kind of like your son. Dad, I want to go play basketball. I want to go play football. Like, they playing football over there. He's like, we got to drop this transmission. We got to fix these brakes. So, eventually, like, when I was a kid, bring it full circle. So I don't like to fix stuff. Like my thought now,
I don't fix stuff.
My thought now is I can, but it's gonna take me 2 hours. I can do so much other stuff in those 2 hours.
For sure.
So like that's just my thought. We used to go back and forth, me and my dad. What if you just back and forth? And so I called him, you know, and I was like, you know, my son, because I was fixing something in the house, putting up a painting, put some wall anchors in, and my son comes in, he grabs it, and he takes off running, and I called my dad. I said, Dad, I was in the way. And I apologize for that. I thought I was helping. You know, as a kid, I thought I was helping. I take a tool from this side of the garage, and it's on the other side, and just full circle.
You see yourself when you're kids.
I see myself, and it's like I become my dad. And so in those lessons, you know, I'm always calling, hey, you was right about this. That's that humility. Hey, man, y'all was right.
Those are happy dad moments.
Yeah.
I get those calls.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's begrudgingly right now because he's still in competition mode. He's 17.
That's it.
But he's like,
can he dump you? Can he wrestle you or wrestle? Can he get you yet? Is he there
I
yet?
spent 14 years in the penitentiary knocking people out. He don't want none of that smoke. He don't want none of that smoke.
That's it.
And it's the thing. No. You don't want none of that smoke.
Nah, it was about my coming back from college. Like it was like my first full semester of college. My dad, we always wrestle. We bump each other in the hallway. He put me in the figure four. He locking me out. My mom sometimes like, hey, get off my boy. You're taking him out. And I come back from college. You know, I got big. I think and he bumped me. I said, this is my chance. I pick him up.
Boom. Nah. You switched up?
Put him back down.
Oh.
He never touched me again.
See, that's when he messed up. My son is a black belt in Taekwondo.
Yeah.
So technically, he can beat me.
Yeah.
Hands down, no blame.
Yeah.
Psychologically, he can't beat me because I refuse to play wrestle with him.
Yeah.
So when he get in trouble, I manhandle him, right? So he has those manhandling mindsets.
Yeah.
And he heard the stories of Dad the Gladiator, so he ain't trying to come at me. He's psychologically terrified of me in that space.
That's it.
I know right now he can physically beat me, hands down. It'd be probably like a 1 minute fight. He can kick me inside the head, I'm out of here. But I'll never even pretend like he could beat me.
Yeah. That was it.
Oh, he got me though.
Yeah. That was it.
So we play basketball. He's literally my height. Yeah. He's 180 and he's 17. I'm 56 and out of shape and can't run 5 miles. He get me in 0.2 seconds.
Quick. Yeah.
But I got him on a psych tip.
Yeah. That's it.
So as long as he thinks I can beat him, I'm winning.
That take you far.
And by the time he finally gets around to it, I'll be too old for him to even think about stuff like that.
Do it. That was it. That was it.
But give Dad a shout out.
Nah.
Shout out to my pops. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my Dukes.
That's it.
And to the village.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? The village has raised us.
That's it.
It takes a village, and the village has done you well, man. So we need to replicate that system and build more dynasties that look just like you.
That's it. That's it. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you,
your time.
Ladies and gentlemen, Until the next time, we are shutting it down here at Gillette. I'm saying the home of the dynasty.